Okay, so here we are, back in the studio, so let's begin. I'm doing, this bowl is not fired. It's not been bisque fired, it's not been glaze fired. It's a greenware bowl. In other words, it's been thrown, it's been trimmed, and it's a bit dry, but that's about it. So I started with a lot of orange and different yellows through here, a tiny bit of blue. We don't want a ton of the blue yet. I just realized I missed a spot here. Oh my goodness. Well, let's fix that right now. Well, we'll just put in some nice green there. Put in some chartreuse. That'll be fine. So, alright, so first of all, what you need to know is this isn't glaze. This is colored clay. So it's clay that's been brought down to what would be called a slip. It's kind of watery. It's not like you would normally see clay like when I throw. And then I added, as I said, a little bit of blue. We don't want a lot just yet because you'll see why. I'll show you what that is in a couple of minutes here. And now I'm adding the rest of the blues and the greens that I want. So I'm going to show you how I do that. I want more orange and yellow, but down here and less up here, and you'll see why. And so I'll show you how I do that. And then I'm going to do a different video to show you how I finish, a second video. So let's finish up getting these blues in and the greens. So I have my my little fan brush here, and I put in a bit of blue and then the greens. This one is called Victoria Green, and what I do is, as I said, I make a slip and then I mix what's called mason stains into the very, very wet clay. So, and I want to bring down those blues a little bit. So we'll do it again, and we're just going to go all the way around. I started it, and you can stick with me here until I finish if you want to. Now, I love flowers, and if you've ever been to my house, you know I love flowers. And I love nature in general. So today, we're actually going to do trees. And no, I've never done this before, but that is typical for me. I like to experiment, and sometimes my experiments turn out and sometimes they don't. And so this could end up being pretty darn yucky, but we'll see. That's a little bit bigger than I wanted. So put another one in over here. Again, too big. And one more over here. That's better. I don't know how much you guys can see here. I'm trying to work sideways so that it's in the camera. So put those in. It's pretty haphazard, I guess. And put those in. And that's as far as we want to go with that. And we'll come back over here and we'll bring down that blue a little bit. This is the Victoria Green. I don't like over here quite so bright on the chartreuse green. Bring this blue down. And what I mean is you know, I don't want it standing out quite so much, you know, and you saw a little bit of why. So this is the background. So bring that like that. put in a tiny bit of chartreuse. People ask me what brushes do I use. Anything from super expensive ones that I love, but glazes and stuff are kind of hard on them, so ooh, look at that little spot down there. I like that. And two brushes that I get from where some of you grocery shop. We're not gonna name store names here. Oh, except for my friend who owns Art Tunes down the street here from me, literally like 3 doors down here in Harvard. Hey Dale, if you're watching. Dale, I do like to go in and buy brushes from and advertise his store, give him a little bit of a plug. So I do go in there to get brushes from time to time. Alright, so I've got the background done. So just to recap a little bit here, I went through with oranges and yellows in the back and a tiny bit of blue. And then I started putting in the blue streaks and the green streaks over the orange and the yellow. So now we're going to start putting in what is going to be the background for trees, which you did see a little bit right here. So I'm going to take my bigger fan brush and we're going to really truly just kind of do that. I hope you can see what I'm doing, because I'm not looking through the camera right now. I'm over here painting, which isn't really paint. Remember, this is actually colored clay, so kind of interesting. So we're going to go all the way around and do this, and then when we get all the way around with this, I'm going to turn this video off and I'm going to get ready to show you how I finish these trees. I love the texture and like working with oils. You can get a lot of texture because, again, this is clay. And they don't look much like trees yet, do they? And hopefully they will, because like I said, this is an experiment. And I keep telling myself, if I don't like the way the video looks in this experiment, then I don't have to show you guys, but we're going for it right now, so we'll see. Kind of I'm not a big blue person. I'm not a big fan of blue. I know a lot of you are. I know a lot of customers are. And that's great. But I have to admit that blue is a great color to work with. And I'm gonna, yeah, I guess we're almost all the way around. In this bowl. Now, this is going to have to dry thoroughly, and then even after I put in the details of the trees, and then it'll get a bisque fire, and the inside will get, when it comes out of the bisque fire, some gorgeous interior glaze, and the outside will get just a clear. And these colors will brighten and darken a bit. I'm not a painter. I've never claimed to be a painter. But I do like the effect of being able to work with this. And you can see this one over here is a little bit dry. It's not as dark as it goes on. It's gone a little bit lighter. Alright, so I'm going to stop the video there and get ready to finish these trees, which means I'm pretty sure I'm going to turn the bowl upside down. So look for video number 2. I know Amy's putting up 2 links. Alright.